You're gay. Hello and welcome back, Ravers. It is season 2, episode 18 of Gay Rave, and I am the Gabby L, coming to you live from Scottsdale, Arizona. It has been a fucking weird ass day. It is 8:47 p.m. Arizona time, so it is 11:47 p.m. Eastern time. But I would never quit on you in this pod, especially the last episode of this season, bitch. Absolutely not. You wish. My haters will say that I would not post this episode and that I would not be working this hard in Arizona and bringing this microphone and my personal laptop to Arizona, but they would be wrong. They would be wrong. A hater said you could never. So I will say, I did look on the internet yesterday, and like many of you, you probably saw the rumors that Newark Airport is going under and they're very bad and very unsafe. Apparently, a lot of they've lost a lot of staff doing air traffic control, and they've had issues keeping people on staff because it's just overwhelmed. It's like flooded. It's an international airport, and they were not built to have this much traffic in and out. Like the runway isn't built for it. So there's so many delays coming in and coming out. And it's just a fucking wreck. So like even meme accounts had posted about not flying Newark Liberty because it's so bad and so unsafe. You know you're cooked when fucking meme accounts like fuck Jerry is saying don't fly Newark Liberty, and that's how I'm finding out the news about the airport I'm flying out of the next day. Okay, here nor there. So that's what's happening. I was flying to Arizona for a work trip, and so it's out of Newark, and I ended up flying this morning. And no one's talking about how they just redid Terminal A and how it is now looking like a circa 2014 corporate floor plan where there are high top tables with stools and outlets and bean bags to get people to collaborate. This is when all the corporations bought like ping pong tables for people so that way they would like to work more. But so that's Terminal A. Sorry about it, Newark. No one cares about your terminal redo because everyone is worried about, I don't know, the safety of flying in and out of your airport. My flight was due to leave at 10:30 a.m. I get there at 8:30 a.m. like an amazing patron, an amazing airport citizen, which I am an optimal airport goer, I will say. But it was a jump scare when I walked in. It's like they knew the rumors about Newark were bad. So like this lo-fi music was playing all through TSA. And as they were checking your shit, it's like they knew you were so fucking stressed out about like, am I gonna live through this experience? So they put on this calming music. And then there's a jump scare of Christy Nome talking about having real IDs and how it is to protect our country. Jersey's a fucking crazy place. It really is. And the prices at Newark have not gone down. If anything, they are the same, if not higher than other prices. It's way fucking harder to get to. Your plane is definitely going to be delayed, and it's way less safe. So it's all the price of a functioning airport with the risk of death jacked up to 11. Fucking sick. Fucking sick. So that was my day. Like within 5 minutes of our boarding time, like when we were set to board, at like 9:50 a.m. this morning. The plane wasn't there yet. So essentially, then they delayed it for 2 hours as if we all could not see with our eyes the lack of plane. And so they delayed us for 2 hours. We all got comfortable. And even after the 2 hours went by, they were like, we know you see there's not a plane here, but it has landed and it's making its way on over. Like that's like supposed to be instilling confidence. So I have made it safely to Scottsdale, Arizona, but I would just like to say one thing, and that is LaGuardia supremacy, bitch. They have a Dunkin', they have a Wendy's, they have that rain falling exhibit. I could watch it for hours, honestly. Incredible LaGuardia supremacy. In, out, perfect, highway exit and entrance capabilities, very, geographically centrally located, gorgeous vibes, tons of great food, seamless experiences, gorgeous fake plants. Oh my God, LaGuardia supremacy. After being in Newark for those, 4 or 5 hours, I will say, Terminal A, nice, but worth it? Absolutely not. I will be changing my return flight. And not only this is affecting my mind and giving me cranial damage, but watching all those girls, y'all, I am feeling like it is actually probably doing nerve damage in my brain, I will say. I tried to watch I finished season 3. I watched the season 3 finale yesterday. We were like hyping ourselves, like gonna get last minute tickets to go see Charlie XCX at her last sold out date at Barclays. But I had watched the season 3 finale of Girls and I was emotional and I was like, I just don't know if I could turn this around. This fucking watching Girls is making me like, when I look up horoscopes, like I'm not just looking at my own, I'm going to look at my ex's too. You know, that is fucking bad. It's so funny. Like I'll read it, I'll like go to her horoscope and it's always like, reflect on something today, or like you're going to have a challenging day, like thinking about your past, or like, try to be extra mindful or be careful. And I'm always like, yes, yes, girl, be thinking deeply. You know what I'm saying? Oh God, it's so toxic. It's so bad. So we're going to get our minds right and everything's going to be okay. Um, and also, I did want to go to the Brat tour, but the last minute tickets strategy turns out not good, doesn't work. Getting tickets in advance, the right thing to do, the accurate and appropriate thing to do. So, tried to get tickets last minute. The day before, Saturday, they were going for like 120. I was like, oh, this is perfect. We'll get them tomorrow. It's going to be fine. Day of, over $300. Nicole Kidman was there. Fuck ton of K-pop stars were there. So much was happening. And I'm trying to challenge myself to go out on school nights because that book about regret taught me that a lot of people regretted things that they didn't do, experiences they didn't have that like ended up being potentially once in a lifetime experiences. So I'm trying to go out on school nights and I'm trying to do these things. Okay? So I'm doing my best. Couple other things. Shout out to Ginge. Happy birthday to Ginge. Amazing raver and bestie. Also, good luck to Soli and Lena, who are moving to Dallas. So, welcome to Dallas. And I hope you guys have an amazing road trip down. Something I want to talk to the ravers about really, really quick. And I mentioned this because Soli and Lena are AMC A-list members, and I am as well because I got grandfathered in. Okay. Sinners is a horror movie. Sinners, the one that they've been thirst trapping me with Michael B. Jordan and Haley Steinfeld for months now. You mean to tell me this is a horror movie? They have not marketed once as a horror or a thriller, a horror, and now they're putting out the trailers of it being a horror movie. I was gonna go there and I was expecting to see some like old timey, maybe like a racism plot, like maybe it's a like they found love but they couldn't be together. But no, it's about vampires and shit. What is that? Okay, it's like bearing the lead. It's like when they didn't say that Wonka was a musical. I feel similarly about that. Okay. Moving right along, people, we're going to rave reviews. And you know what? First rave review, not having many regrets. I don't have many regrets. And I will say, do I wish I did things sooner? For sure. Are there things that I would do differently if I could do them again? Sure. But did it all end up okay? Yes. Okay. Do I wish that I stuck with flag twirling? No. Do I wish that I learned how to read music? Yes, maybe. But am I glad that I didn't know how to read music and was in the pit my freshman year of high school? I don't know. Hard to say. Hard to say. I was telling the story the other day how I was in the flag twirlers at band camp for like a day. And then I thought they were kind of mean. So I went to the band director and said I didn't want to do it. Mind you, I'm 13 years old. I didn't turn 14 until September. Band camp was in August. So I'm 13. I'm like, hello, I don't want to be a flag twirler anymore. I don't want to be a color guard. Although I was very good and they were fighting for me to stay, obviously. I was amazing. And I didn't know how to read music. So I was like, where can I be? And he was like, you can be in the pit. And I mean, our pit was pretty advanced. Like we had like multiple marimba slash xylophone players. We had like the crash cymbals. We had like the fucking snare, not a snare drum. The cymbal that's like hi hat. We had a hi hat. And so if you're asking, Gabby, what did you play? I played the gong and I played this massive bass drum, almost like an African bass drum on wheels. And you might be thinking, this is a marching band. How are you playing these things? Answer, I did not march. I was at the front in the pit between the band and the people watching, aka in front of everyone, immobile, able to be seen the entirety of the time. We would be practicing at lunch in high school, and I would have to carry the gong down to the field. I'd have to carry a gong from the band room down to the football field, which I will say had visibility from all of the classrooms at the back of the school. So as the band is practicing during lunchtime for many, but some not, those classrooms in the back still watching me haul my gong and the bass drum, which I needed help with because it was on wheels. It was It was a really crazy experience. And just because you're in the pit doesn't mean that you don't have to dress up like everybody else and wear the full outfit with the dinkles, which are the shoes, as well as the plume, the little feather on your hat. So we still had to do all those things. And I still had to carry some of the heaviest equipment. I swear to God, they were making up instruments for me for me to play. And I didn't know how to read music. So I was sort of just like listening to the music and would just sort of go on vibes. I mean, I had a great time, but the band wasn't really playing a lot. I do think this was actually so funny. Like when we finally got to jazz band season, when everyone was like sitting down, we had a pretty large band. It was like 100 plus kids, and he was a really quiet. It was so quiet. He was like, "There's no way 100 people playing would be this quiet. Like, are some people not playing? So some people like didn't learn how to read the music or like never learned the song, so they just weren't playing and they were just holding their instrument up to their mouth like." And so he made everyone individually go to his office and play the songs to make sure that they all knew how. Oh my God, that was fucking funny. But no regrets. Still no regrets. I will never forget breaking that gong in half at Winter Concert. I hit that shit so hard it fell off the back of the stage, snapped right in half. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm pretty sure that makes you cursed in some cultures to like break a gong. But nonetheless, that was my instrument. And if you're ever wondering, we actually need somebody for our band. Like we're a local band, we're looking for some extra talent. I have a few things on my list. So if you're looking for some very, very niche talents, come and find me. Okay? Okay. Rave review is we're making merch. So we have merch that's pending. So in the break, we're going to be working on some merch, and I'm going to be working on the gay agenda. The gay agenda is the list of all the things that happen in June. So I make this list every year anyways for me and my close friend group, aka Gay Rave, and now we are just larger than ever because we are all gay rave. We are all ravers in this house, okay? So I'm going to make the gay agenda of all the things that are happening in June, and I'm going to try to add, locations or boroughs and costs and time and all that good stuff, and then post it as like a view only Google sheet and then share it about. So hopefully we can all benefit from that. That sounds so fun. And not for nothing, I will say something that surprised me recently. I don't have a list of like all my favorite places in New York, and I feel I should. And I've been asking other people if they have a list, and they're all like, yes. So I'm going to start to make that too. And I would be curious what your favorite spots are, like restaurants, bars. I can think of some off the top of my head, but I have never listed them out or like bookmarked them anywhere. So I feel like that's probably a good project to do. Okay, moving into grave reviews. I, like many of you, probably had a software update to do recently, and that's going to piss me off so much. Like, it's always like helping the software and 3 new emojis. Oh, why did they let me get to this place? Every time I have a software update, it's like, you don't have enough data. And then I have to go and remove all my large attachments and be offloading apps and be downloading all my podcasts in order to make it work, in order to have enough space, in order to download that. Why would you not warn me or stop me as the data got to the dangerous place? Why would you not put a thing up that says, oh, danger, 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 you're like over on data or whatever? So every time I have to download one, I'm not able to. I'm not able to. And that little notification, it annoys me. So I always need to go and remove a bunch of shit. And then it's like you need like 1 gigabyte. You need like 14 gigabytes. Or is it like megabytes? I don't know the difference between them. I don't know how many gigs is in a meg or how many megs are in a gig, and they are not earthly dimensions, and they are never to be understood. I try to think about it like, okay, a teaspoon, a tablespoon, a cup type situation, type schema, but I just can't get there for like gigabytes and megabytes. It is just not something that I'm ever going to learn. Okay. We have ChatGPT now. I don't need to know this. Okay. Another grave review. I was thinking about the Kardashians recently and like how much it probably sucks to be a Kardashian who's like, billionaire, hot people with like businesses and multiple kids and like families and shit. And like to still have to Facetune your photos and probably have body dysmorphia. Like that fucking sucks. To be that in the public eye and to be like objectively successful at business and to be famous and have like big houses and kids and like all of these things, and you still have body dysmorphia. Like it just goes to show no one's fucking safe. And also, are they secretly religious? I feel like KJ, Kris Jenner, is probably like making them hide how religious they are because they'd be canceled if we knew. But one of the kids is like literally named Psalm. So are the Kardashians very like Catholic, very religious, or is that more of a Kanye thing? Because I know he's like got that whole religious lens when he's not, you know, leaning towards Nazi tendencies online. Also, we never really talked about the Kanye thing, but was that song about him blowing his cousin real? Because that seems pretty traumatic and pretty bad. So we should probably talk about that, but I don't know if I have the information to be doing that now. But he did say that in a song, and that seems pretty alarming. Okay. Okay. Next is Can I Say Something? And do you remember LuLaRoe? LuLaRoe, that like people were literally wheeling and dealing these LuLaRoe leggings in a corporate environment. It was like the MLM of the corporate girly. Like they were selling these patterned leggings in the workplace out of their bottom drawers. I am not kidding. There were people who were like, if you're looking for the new LuLaRoe, I have it in my bottom drawer. $20. What's your size? I am not kidding. There was an entire secret ring at the corporate world that I was in 10 plus years ago. And I actually think the funniest part about LuLaRoe is that Lululemon was sort of coming up at when LuLaRoe was hot several years ago. And I remember thinking like, why would I buy Lululemon? Like that shit looks fucking ridiculous. And the fact that those names are kind of close, I think it is so funny because Lululemon is like a quality product that is like athleisure and it's supposed to be like a luxury brand. And LuLaRoe, like one of these things is not like the other. LuLaRoe looks as if a rainbow threw up on every shape. It was the most heinous patterns. They would have women like me walking around in the most like wild pattern. Remember like chevron? People have never seen dimensions like what my dimensions looked like in a pattern legging. With my lower half, bitch, you know how they say like horizontal stripes make you look wider? Well, they didn't tell you about what it would look like if you wore argyle and horizontal and vertical stripes at the same fucking time. I can't believe that people romanticize the 2010s, like the fashion of the 2010s. I'm gonna need them to be so fucking for real. I'm gonna need them to be so fucking for real. People were wearing those LuLaRoe absolute rainbow chaotic pattern leggings. They were wearing like a chevron blouse that could probably light a blaze on a hot day, a statement necklace, and a fucking ballet flat. They were going to the club business casual. And you mean to tell me that we are romanticizing that? I need to see Bella Hadid wear that and make that look good in order for us to romanticize that. There is absolutely no going back. People love, oh, our little low rise jeans. I love these little sunglasses. I'll wear a little bandana. It's so 2000s. It's so 2000s. I'm going to need you to go and wear a patterned legging and see what it does to you and your self-esteem. See what it does. That's all I have to say. Okay, moving on. My I'm sorry is to the Rizzler. My I'm sorry is to the Rizzler because I didn't recognize this game. I saw photos of him at the premiere of the new Marvel movie called The Thunderbolts. It was a full on red carpet with all of the actors starring in the film, and the Rizzler showed up like in a full costume as one of the people in the movie, and not like they outfitted him in a superhero costume. Remember, this boy is under 10 years old. The Rizzler is literally 8. I cannot emphasize enough. That boy is 8 years old and he is named the Rizzler and he's famous online and he's a part of the Costco Guys Boom universe, which I don't totally understand, but nonetheless, he's wearing like a Party City quality costume with like a full mask and a beard next to the stars of this film, next to Julia Louis Dreyfus, David Harbour, Florence Pugh, full on celebrities, and the Rizzler's just there. Like, and he is absolutely living his dream. Like, this is the best day of his fucking life. He's in this costume that's made of polyester, living his best life, and that is why I have to say I'm sorry to him. Game respects game. Go go off. I do think that he is going to definitely have a complex growing up, and it's probably going to affect him. But right now, go off, little cherub. You go off, little king. I don't know. I think he's kind of funny now. Okay, moving on. Song of the week is Lost Highway by Casey Musgraves because you know I am in my self-discovery era. Casey Musgraves is perfect for this shit. She really has an album for everything. She does not miss. At least I'm getting away from the Lucy Dacus because honestly, that was a really dark period. Finally, we're in like the summer vibes, which means like a little bit more lighthearted, but you never know. You truly never know. Okay. Well, I will miss you so much while we are on our little bitty break, but I know it won't be long. And when we come back, we're going to have so much to talk about. We're going to have merch. We're going to have the gay agenda. We're going to have so much to do in June. It's going to be so much fun. But until then, I will see you again soon. This has been Gay Rave, and I am the Gabby L, and the L is for say it with me. Love you. Bye.
That's what she said. And you know what? What was that? Okay, James.